Call the meeting to order.
Jenkins.
Here.
Morris.
Here.
Hardin.
Here.
Testroy.
Here.
Kelly.
Here.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing that we have on this evening's agenda is 2 public comments. We'll take them in order in which they were presented to me. The first one is Jerry McKinley. Sir, you have the floor.
Okay, well, they're working on the tiles. Ed's up there and working today, and he found 2 bad pieces. And it's going to take a little bit of work to get things fixed up there. Another reason I wanted to get up because discuss Larry, because he didn't think my property is in the city limits and stuff, and I gave you guys the bills here. And I had to go to Clinton twice to get the paperwork to show it, and I gave it to you guys, and you guys make copies of it. And why do we need to keep him on when he doesn't know where the city limits is at in this town? And he was raised in this town. So, make a motion, I do.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And the next one, the next gentleman that we have on this evening's agenda is Mr. Hannon. Sir, you have the floor. Good to see you back.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, everyone. I have a measuring stick. There's 3 feet in here, and I can lock it in a bank vault for the next 48 months, and there's still going to be 3 units of 12 in it when I pull it out. Our assembled August body has ignored my awareness of the irregularities of my unit consumption. And they hop around like a mad rabbit on Dexedrine. 48 months from now, that rabbit's going to be goodness knows where. But this will still be 3 units. Is there anybody else out there and watch the council meeting land who finds this sort of irregularity on their bills? And I have tried sincerely, without malice, to get to the bottom of this. And I am constantly diverted by irregularity. Folks, we got to pull together. This is our hometown. And the August body assembled before us seems unlikely to put the markers on the stick and stick them in the bank vault. If we can only, monthly to monthly, depend on what a unit is and what the price is each and every month. Dear Council, Mr. Mayor, there are some good folk up here. Some. 48 months from now, there'll be 3 units on this. And they'll be just like they were tonight. God bless. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for your time, folks.
Thank you, Tim.
There being no further public comments, that goes to section 1, the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting or consent agenda. Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Yes, sir.
Second.
Do roll call.
Jenkins?
Yes.
Morris?
Yes.
Harden?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Testori?
Yes.
Motion carried.
There being no unfinished business, we move to section 3, new business.
Make a motion to appoint Mary Kay Hirschberger to the board of the Clark Foundation, replacing Sally Bell for the remaining of her term through 2019.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
I'm just curious, have I met her? Who is she?
I don't know if you've met her or not.
Which one?
Mary,
She's a former
Mary Hirschberger.
administrator out at the nursing home. I don't know if you've met her.
I have met her.
Okay.
All right.
Any discussion?
They're okay with it?
Call it.
DeMarce?
Yes.
Harden?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Testori?
Yes.
Jenkins?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2016-33, resolution appointing Brenda Hendricks to the Farmer City Public Library Board.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Harden?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Testori?
Yes.
Jenkins?
Yes.
DeMarce?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2016-34, resolution establishing 2017 meeting dates.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
By law, we're required to establish those dates, so.
Has that ever been an issue?
What's that?
Has that ever been an issue, having just the one? Anything need to change?
Well, I think it was in the last 2 to 3 years, it was about 3 years that we changed, at least in the winter months, to only meet once a month. I haven't seen a problem or issue with it since then. Obviously, if something comes up, we could always have an emergency meeting. But it tends to slow down in the winter months, so.
You know, in your case, reviewing the stuff that we've passed that we don't follow up on it, I'm not opposed to doing 2 meetings a month all year long.
I was looking at the second. I'd rather have the second weekend in January than January 2nd, but, because it's a holiday for most people. Since the holiday falls on Sunday, in this case, January 2nd is considered a holiday. That's just for 2017, of course, holiday. I don't know, can you move it? Does it matter if it's like the second Monday of the month? Is it a city holiday?
The Monday is.
Right, the second.
It's the second.
The 16th would be a holiday as well. That would be Martin Luther King.
Day.
So, the 9th.
You just
Just do 1 week, just do 1 week later, not
second and fourth instead of first and third.
No.
Well, we're only gonna meet once in the, I mean, it's only
Just
scheduled
trying
to
to
meet once
adjust
in January.
January.
so-
Martin Luther King is not a holiday for the city. You can still meet that
It's
day.
a school holiday, I think that's it.
Okay. I am going to leave,
I'm open, so.
I won't be here that weekend. I'm gonna go see my boy in Georgia, so. Of course, I don't have to be here, I would prefer to be here.
If we split it, do the 9th that month, would that
I'd
be
recommend
okay?
the 9th. So, we need a motion.
It's been moved and seconded, is that right? Did I recall that? Yeah, if, you need a motion to amend and a second. and a vote.
Okay, so we'd entertain a motion to amend the resolution to change the 2nd to the 9th of January.
I'll second it.
Well, no.
No, you make the motion. We'll second
You
it.
Make a motion to move the January meeting from the 2nd to the 9th.
I'll second it.
Okay, what we're gonna vote on right now is whether or not to move it to the 2nd to the 9th, so call it.
Kelly?
Yes.
Testori,
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
DeMars,
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Any further discussion? So now we're getting ready to vote on the meeting dates as a whole with the revisions in place. Go ahead and call it when you're ready.
Testori,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes?
DeMars,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2016-35, authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement with the County of DeWitt, Illinois regarding the regulation of animals.
I'll second it. Discussion.
Okay, this is the agreement that the city of Clinton had already signed off on. This is what you folks said that you were interested in. This is the actual agreement, should be passed tonight. Then I will hand deliver this tomorrow down to the courthouse, and it will appear on their meeting for the month here of December, for them for passage, consideration.
When's your next
Thursday.
meeting, sir? When's your next meeting?
Full board meeting?
Yes, sir.
Right offhand, I can't tell you.
They'll be on there Thursday.
For Thursday? Okay.
Well, yeah.
Larry, does this change any of our ordinances?
We're gonna
The
do that
next one
after,
is,
after you
The
decide.
way they did it is, I can't tell you.
is there any fee by signing it? We just had to agree to their fees, correct?
Correct.
There's no fee to the city?
No, we're not
So-
in, no, we will not be billed for anything. Now, you know, they can change that a year from now or whatever. Currently, this is what you see is what it's, so.
If they make amendments, are we still locked into the same contract? Because I know it says 3 years, it's 3-year band.
Well, either party can get out of it with 30 days notice.
Yeah, I think that is in here.
Yeah, so, you know, it's, if they want to change it, they want to get out of it, they
Then
can
you
just
just
give
get
30
out of it.
days notice and be out of it for any or no reason. Likewise, the city can as well, you know, so.
On the back page,
Okay.
does state that.
There's not a yearly fee for us to be involved with them?
No, there's not.
They make money off of each
We don't get to collect the
offense,
tickets,
so
they do.
we don't collect the offense, they do.
Originally,
I'm just concerned about getting the service over to Farmer City.
Well, we currently haven't,
We haven't
No
done,
service.
but in the years past, this is going back probably 06, 07 when I called DeWitt County for something. They were a long ways off.
You mean just by waiting, time waiting?
Yeah, it was about a day before they were able to come over.
It might just be circumstance, my gut.
I like the agreement, but I like to have somebody available.
well, she's doing 2 other towns too.
Yeah.
It's just one person.
she's actually doing the entire county, and there's 2 of them, and, I mean, this is what they're providing.
I think their goal is to build it up, you know, as they start paying for the shelter, then they can start employing more services and be more available, but at least right now, it's not costing us anything to at least have this service. We have an
Now,
option.
Shall respond in a very timely manner on a dog bite. Just an animal running at large that does not appear to be posing a hazard. I will tell you, she'll get here as soon as she can, but obviously she will expedite on an animal bite, so, and she always has. So, great.
Give those of us whose dogs escape garages quickly, mine did the other night, a chance to save $100 and catch the dog. Those bad people. Oh, did you guys hear something?
Why didn't they impound the dog that bit Ted Kelly?
Any other discussion? Questions? Call it.
Jenkins,
Yes.
DeMars,
Yes.
Harden,
Yeah.
Kelly,
Yes.
Testori.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 971, amending ordinance 504, title animals.
Second.
Second. Discussion.
This is a requirement of the passage of a resolution that the minimum fine need to be $100. And keep in mind that in that resolution, that the state's attorney's office is doing prosecution and everything. This will allow them to collect some of the money for their services. So they'll write the ticket, if that's what you want to call it, the ordinance violation. They're in essence going to handle it all. So This is just part of what we've already started.
What was the current? Just curious. What
50 was a minimum, 500 is the maximum, so we just lowered the minimum.
Raise the minimum.
I'm sorry, raised the minimum, thank you.
This is not, this is money we're collecting.
No.
No,
The
no.
money they're collecting.
They're going to do
Collecting
that,
it.
All right.
but we had to change our ordinance.
By ordinance, it's our money, but by agreement, the county will get it.
All right.
Go ahead and call.
Morse,
Yes.
Barton,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Jessel,
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 972, ordinance levying real estate taxes commencing May 1st, 2016 through April 30th, 2017.
I'll second it.
Discussion?
As you see with the, I believe that this sheet was attached on the very back, and if you reach 105%, then you have to have a public hearing. We've always kept it under that. Right now, if you do the calculations, it's 104 point something percent. The EAV is a number that is provided from the county. Some of these, if you look over to the right-hand side, these are maximums. These numbers are established by the state. So these are, you cannot go over this percentage right here on any of these, like for police, street lights, etc. Just go on down. The rest of those, then you'll take the total dollar amount, and what Ruth does, and we asked her to be here tonight because she's got dealing with her dad too. So then you try to get the maximum dollars per each of those lines for the rest of those different line items. You see liability and ESDA. We've always maxed ESDA out as much as we can in case a storm would ever come through. Library, each year the library says that we don't max them out. And you see right here, they are being maxed out. So that in essence is what this is. So this is money that will help offset into the budget. So this is a requirement by law as well.
So in a nutshell, we're asking to raise the taxes.
You're not,
Actually,
Sorry,
that's what
Val.
last year looks like.
Yeah, that's,
they are going up, but you're staying under the cap, so you don't have to have a public hearing. So yes, you could say, but last year, Scott, here is how much that they're going up this year, and that was last year. So you see how close we kept it. So we don't exceed the dollar amount. So we've held it as close as we can.
The rate is less, according to this, the rate is less than last year, but the numbers
Yes.
are higher.
Yes.
Mayor, can I ask a question which may help clarify?
Yes, sir.
Are we under tax caps in DeWitt County?
I'm not sure.
Because if we're under tax caps, then we're limited by the rate of inflation, and that was, if I remember correctly, set by the state of Illinois at maybe 1.7%.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'd make a motion to table this until we know that answer.
Which answer is that?
Has to be done in December, I think.
If we're under tax
Yes,
cap,
yes.
do you want to raise the taxes?
No,
You just want to know if we're under tax cap.
I don't want to raise the taxes. I don't want it to cost anybody any more than they're already paying.
hell yeah.
Does that mean that some of those would have to just go down versus different departments? That's what you're saying?
We could have Ruth here at the next meeting, but then you're,
When is it due?
It has to be passed in December.
Yeah, this
Did
has
you
to
add
be
it in?
passed in December.
And we didn't drag our feet.
If not,
The
it's a big
EAV number was
What?
just...
If not, it's a
just
big
given to
deal.
us.
Okay.
But if we pass it to the next meeting, it's still passed in December.
No, we don't have another meeting, you guys just said we'd have to add one, which is fine, because I assumed there was one
Yeah. For that,
on my calendar.
I think we're on the same page.
DeWitt County is not under tax caps.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm looking here at the Illinois Department of Revenue website. Champaign County is under tax caps. What I'm reading, DeWitt County is not.
I think we ought to go ahead with this, since there is no cap.
Well, if you-
That is correct. Yeah.
You got a question, ask it.
I figured out how to ask it, Rick. Okay, so they're talking about gives them money for next year's budget. So if it worked with what we had last year, and you're trying to not increase, can these be changed to, we could just change the rates for individuals to get certain departments the same? You see, so like, you have 55,000 in corporate, and now it's up to 57,000. So you just would adjust that rate, even though it's the same rate. You see, the EAV is higher, which is why it's higher.
For 2017, you're only collecting 20,356 more than what you did last year. And with the cost of living and everything, prices have gone up. I don't think that is necessarily a bad thing. I don't.
If you don't raise it, you're accepting a decrease just based on the cost of living. I mean, our expenses are going to go up. So everybody else is going to raise their rates, and the amount that we pay out in bills are going to go up. It happens every year. So I mean, I don't see it as a huge.
But it's actually the EAV that did it, because our rates are less. The EAV number, which we don't set, is what made it higher. You see what I'm saying at the bottom? We did a 2% rate last year, and it's 1.85. We still went higher, even though the number went down, because of the EAV value. Entity assessed value.
I'm just not convinced that we're as efficient as we could be as a city.
For those are
But
things
we've
we
agreed
need
to try to tighten the belts, but that doesn't mean we can necessarily do it here. Or pick one. Pick a number.
Yep.
Any other discussion? Call it.
Martin,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Testori,
No.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
motion carries.
Make a motion that we enter into executive session to discuss appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, and/or performance of specific employees pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act 5 ILCS 120/2C1.
A second?
Call it.
Kelly,
Yes.
Testori,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Hardin,
Yes.
motion carries.
It is off now, so we are now in open session. Brings us to the city manager's report.
I've only got a couple of things here, folks. First of all, the Maple Street sewer, it's slowed down a little bit. Obviously, the weather is against us. The guys were flushing hydrants. That was in our newsletter that we put with the last utility bills. If you go down Maple Street, you'll see that they are as far south as what that sewer project extends. They were allowed to get the golden egg hooked into it before the weather got bad. All the residents on the east side of Maple Street are hooked into it. So as time goes, if the weather holds up, they're going to continue to work down there. They'll go back into Western Avenue because that's where part of our sewer issue truly was. as they were down there working. So there again, they're doing actually a pretty good job. I had informed you folks about the Lincoln Street lift station. If you're not sure where Lincoln Street is, that's the street over here where the Mayor's Church used to be located on. That pump that's in there, which is an old pump, went down over the Thanksgiving holiday. The guys had to man that pump. They set in a sledge pump. They had to man that thing 24/7 until we could get a crew in there. Cox Electric is going to rebuild the motor that was there. That's approximately $3,500. G.A. Rich has come in, and the city has a couple new motors, but the bases or the flutes were not compatible with that lift station. They are going to create the bases, repair the rails. The rails hold the motor end on the bottom, and that allows you to bring the motor up for service. That all needs to be repaired because that was all iron. It's all going to be replaced with stainless steel. That's coming in at $13,800. So you see that when it's all pieced together, it's going to be somewhere around $20,000. However, with two separate bills, I did tell them to proceed. There again, we know what this is used for. It has to be done. Burbo Blakely is a VP with BHMG. They're the electrical engineers. Several months ago, I think we're going back into the spring, we hired BHMG to look at the ordinances pertaining to the light plant. In that is personnel, that is classifications, that is rates. So it's a very comprehensive audit. It's taken quite a while to do it. Hopefully she'll be in next week. She's going to meet with City Hall personnel, light plant personnel. We're kind of going to go over it before she makes an official presentation to the City Council. So you might expect that in January, depending on if she's got any tweaking or whatever to do. And I did have a meeting with Barney Group about that Prairie Ridge basin out there. They didn't realize that we had hired Jared Boyle to go out there and do any of that cleaning. So we took them out there. They looked at that. They saw how it's working. They're going to go back out. They're going to take topos so they know the elevations now. They're going to come up with a plan. They said that and they gave an estimate to put in the tile and the concrete, and it could be $200,000 plus. So it's going to be very extensive to get that done. And as Mr. McKinley said today, Ted Reynolds is digging up on Depot Road. So that's what I had, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Any questions to the city manager's report?
Is that job, that Farnsworth job you're talking about, is that something that Boyle can't do? Because the way the guy described it here, it sounded like that was something that their company did also, or not?
Don't know. Won't know until actually there's a true design, and then we'll reach out to different vendors, but that's the price tag that they were putting on it.
That'll be
And
a
they're not-
decision in itself.
And yes, and they're not even sure that the way it is right now won't work. So you want to keep that in mind. That's $200,000. If we just play with that number, Jessica, that's $200,000. That would be a new water main down Washington Street, or you have to look at that. TIF 2 is a large area, and so there's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be done, not only out there, but on the whole TIF 2. So if you're going to spend that kind of money, you want to spend it wisely. That's my own thing. So
I just figured if Boyle was out there, they might have had an idea of what it was going to cost to do what they were explaining to us. I didn't know, though, because they were the last ones out there.
well, my conversation with him was, and this is what I thought I brought back, what he did will work.
The topo will tell us.
Yes.
That's the elevations.
Yeah, topography, yeah. Well, but he was talking about putting step down, the concrete step down to slow the water.
They discussed
That's what he
several
explained.
different things.
Yeah, in here.
The water's only going to go through so fast no matter what.
Right.
The outlet pipes are smaller than the inlet pipe, so to restrict it. So it's only going to go through so fast anyway. So we'll just have to see how that comes out. I don't think we're going to get anything back. We may get something back in January. I don't know.
Any other questions to the manager's report? Any non-agenda items and other business?
I have something, I'm not sure how to do it though. I talked with Sandy about it. It would be great, I don't know how to do it on our meetings, if we could have a way to keep track of the little things we've talked about and had planned on, but we haven't. We say, okay, that's great, we have somebody talk about it, we like it, and then that's it. And then it stops, and then we forget about it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not always good things, sometimes bad things, like the teen center downtown. Tax credit,
Yes.
nothing. The library numbers, still not in the budget. That kind of, Jerry McKinley stuff with Judd Reynolds. It's hard to follow back on when we don't have like a...
If you don't call for an action
Right.
item, then...
And it doesn't necessarily need an official action on all of it, obviously, it's just more of a way for us to
Old
keep-
business.
Yeah, but we don't have to, but do you have to vote on all those? Because it doesn't necessarily need a
Well,
call on
I
it.
mean, obviously, I'd recommend taking little notes on
Yeah.
the non-agenda items, even to the point where, okay, you're not satisfied with this, we'll bring it up again until there is satisfaction. So, I mean, that's a good point.
What can I just suggest too, is that, in part of with what the mayor said, if you have a question or follow-up, send us an email, and then if you're not satisfied with that response, then you could bring it up here at the council.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be done here, I was trying to figure out how, yes.
And because you just said 3 things, and I could probably give you an answer on all 3, but
Okay, well,
No.
they don't have, and sometimes 2 weeks isn't enough to do most of the responses, and I realize that it's just hard for me to keep track if I don't have it written down.
It's a good
Then
idea.
I'm going back through,
Follow up on camera would be informational to the public too.
maybe I can just start keeping
You know.
a tick sheet and just send it off, and if we've got an update on any of them,
Good.
so I fall through the cracks, that's what happens when we...
Any other non-agenda items? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call.
Fitzroy,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
motion carried.